Was a second day of demonstration in Tbilisi, and people came very more. They were more numerous than they were yesterday. Much more, probably 2-3 times more. And it is very likely a reaction to the violence, which was not that dramatic, but still the police used forces yesterday on Tuesday evening, and there was no reason for that because the rally was absolutely peaceful. So it seems that the Georgian population, or at least part of it, of course, decided to send the signals to the government. The people were young often, but not only. There were some people in their 30s, 40s, 50s sometimes, which were both concerned by the kind of law and the possible use by the government in a Russian way to repress the freedom of speech, especially, and also because they understand that this law is a way for this government to cut the ties with the West and finally to bring Georgia back to the Russian sphere of influence.
Is that why some people are calling this then the Russian law?
Yeah, absolutely. Russian because it is a model. So it comes from Russia in a way, even despite the fact that the government tries to explain that finally this is a law which was inspired by the American law on the 30s, the famous FARA law. But in fact, when you look at the content, it is obviously a kind of copy-paste of the Russian law, which was adopted 10 years ago in 2012, and which is used massively by the Kremlin today to repress the critical voices in Russia. And for some others, and I talked with some people in the demonstration tonight, they said it is a Russian law not because of its origin, but because, on the contrary, to the point where it has to bring Georgia, which is to the Russian sphere of influence, and this is what they don't want.
Do you think it's likely to become law then?
It depends really on the number of people who will go to the street. Again, tonight there were, I don't know, probably 20,000, 30,000 people in the street in front of the parliament on the Rustaveli Avenue in Tbilisi, which is at the scale of Georgia, which is a small country, 3.7 million people. It's something quite significant already. And again, there were probably 2-3 times more than the day before, the day when the law was adopted, at least on the first reading. So probably the signal has been sent tonight to the government. They will try to maneuver probably for the moment, they said that they want to implement this law, but that's not certain. Maybe at some point they will have to compromise, let's say, with the population. And the president, which has very little power in Georgia, but still she is resisting, saying that she would not, she will veto this law. But the government has other means, and the parliament has other means to bypass the president, let's say, and adopt it. So far, the decision is in the hands of, or in the feet, I would say, of the Georgians, if they will really go massively into the street to say no to this Russian law, as they say.
Okay, Régis.